Try not to mention Family Feud. Steve Harvey likes to sue.
Welcome to Hey AEW. I am RJ City, and my guest is Jack Perry. Hey.
Hey.
Great. Just to clarify, we're not calling you Jungle Boy anymore. No, because, I think that's a good thing. It was going on for so long, I thought, what's next? Jungle Tween, Jungle Teen, Jungle Man. It's exhausting. Unless you call yourself Sexy Boy, then you could be 57 years old in a straw cowboy hat and nobody would say anything. You know who else hated the Jungle Boy name? Jim Ross. Huh? He would always say, Jungle Jack Perry. He'd always squeeze. Why do you think Jim hated the jungle?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know?
My theory is he had one bad meal at the Rainforest Cafe, and that was it. Yeah. You know what he calls me?
What?
Asshole.
Yeah.
What would you like to call Jim? If you had to call Jim something else, what would you call him?
I like Jim. I appreciate it. Jungle Jim.
Hat face. You are the son of Luke Perry.
Yeah.
Which sounds great until you realize that he was very good friends with David Arquette.
I like David. David's a cool guy.
It must have been annoying growing up having to listen to his all the time.
I mean, there could be worse ways to grow up. I saved his life one time. Mm-hmm. In the documentary. Check it out.
Yeah, we don't get a cut of it, so we don't really need to plug it here.
David, release the footage to us.
Why would your father support you going into wrestling when it ruined his best friend's life multiple times over?
He actually asked me not to. He wanted me to get a real job, like be an actor or something, and I don't know, somehow I ended up here.
So he must have been a little disappointed that you didn't pick acting because, acting's a Nepo baby business. You would have been a shoo-in. You don't have to be good. You would have had your own series. You would have had Very Perry on VH1. Is it selfish to choose an industry that your family had no pull in?
Yeah, I think that was by design, but you never know. I got a long time left to go.
You gonna transition into movies?
Potentially. I think there have been less talented people who have done that, so we'll see.
I think there have. They did extremely well. Sometimes if you're too good, it doesn't work at all. Who's the worst Nepo baby you ever met?
I ever met? Boy. The Guns, Pillman, there are a bunch of them here.
Yeah.
Hook?
Sure.
How'd that one skip my? Of course, Hook.
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that because
Why?
his father scares me. Does it bother you that some people think you're related to Matthew Perry?
Who is that?
Exactly. Excellent work. You have a legacy. He's got 90s sarcasm. You used to come out to Tarzan Boy by Baltimore.
Yep.
Why'd you stop?
Just got sick of it, to be honest. It's pretty embarrassing for me as a grown man now walking through the airport and some buffoon over here just starts singing out the song and waving his hands, and I have to acknowledge it.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's mean, and it's just like, at this point, it's like, dude.
No.
Let's
It's a
leave it
bad
alone.
song.
I think so, too.
Yes, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So my theory is wrestling fans like anything that lets them go, oh, and oh, they're all over it. Oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. The song is terrible, and you using it was single-handedly propping up the 80s Italian new wave disco scene. Okay?
Yeah, I think there's a reason those guys were one-hit wonders.
Yes.
And I think they should be thanking me for everything I did for the song, so you're welcome.
You ever hear their second single, Kiki Karimba? No, you haven't, and there's a very good reason for it. You now are using Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, not the Lou Bega version.
No.
A song that I once told Yuta to use on this very show, and he laughed in my face. So thank you for taking it seriously. What do you like about the song?
I'll tell you what, after Baltimore, I think there had kind of been a precedent set. I think I may have been the first person in AEW to have a real expensive song as their song. And when it came time to switch it, pretty much what it came down to is I said, Tony, I want the most expensive piece of music that you can find. And he assured me that that was it.
Wow.
So we went for it.
That's excellent. And you get the Judge Judy demo, which is great. And it's been described as the sound of fate knocking at the door with an undercurrent of infinite yearning. What do you infinitely yearn for?
Get the out, dude. Who is that?
Okay, we'll just move
What's
on
the
there.
question?
Why do you think Beethoven slept with so many prostitutes?
Is that right?
Yeah. And then he would always be sick and disheveled all the time. And I respect sex work as much as an X-Bike, but Ludwig, get tested once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like I should not comment.
There's a Twitter account called Jungle Boy's Dick. dedicated to admiring your bulge amongst other things. When you first got into this business, was that one of your goals?
No, I wouldn't have thought that would be. I think I'm primarily a ball guy.
Okay.
Actually, when you get to looking at it.
Yeah.
Guess it's better to have that than not, though.
Uh-huh. You've got a fat penis and a good attitude. Be safe to say. You know, I used to run a MySpace.
Did you?
Yes, called Harley Race's Taint. You have made a concerted effort to do away with a lot of things that fans liked about you so you can focus on your work.
Yeah.
When are you going to shave your head?
I don't know about that.
It's the one thing. Everybody's
Yeah,
the top of the list. You think Jungle Boy, you think the beautiful hair. You think Jack. You think Jack. The beautiful hair, right?
Yes.
Why won't you do away with it?
My hair is not for other people's enjoyment. I think people, if they understood how much this hair is worth in the long term,
Right.
it's worth more than people's lives, what they make in 50 years.
So
I'm
it's
not getting rid of it. This is for me. This is not for you.
I understand.
You know?
You know, you could split the difference. What if you got a bob?
I don't know about that.
Okay, something to think about. It's very smart looking. Your finishing move is called the snare trap. Is it still called the snare trap?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You don't seem sure.
I mean, call it whatever you want. The guy's
Well-
getting choked.
Right. Yeah, just getting choked really wouldn't sell that well, you know?
No, I
well,
mean-
maybe in certain fetish markets.
Yeah, in certain demographics.
But if you need a new name, this is kind of my specialty.
Okay.
Allow me to suggest some options, okay? Jack in it.
Okay.
Not bad. The Deforestation.
Okay.
You do know Jack. Jack and the Meanstalk.
Yeah.
The Peri Peri Chicken Wing.
That took a second, but that's a good one. I like that.
And finally, Brie Mode. Because your father voiced Napoleon Brie in Biker Mice from Mars.
I've never even heard of that.
Thought you would have put that one together. All right, you're one of AEW's pillars. Is it a noble honor or a meaningless title that adds unnecessary pressure?
I don't really care. To be honest, I think the other pillars are pieces of so it's not really, whatever.
What is the pillar analogy exactly? What are they holding up? Like, it's like 4 of them, and then if you have 5 pillars, it's not holding anything up. You're standing in front of a Greek restaurant.
Yeah. It's probably more organized than this place sometimes, but
Right. I understand. So, and the thing is, like, when you're a pillar, and let's say you inevitably leave to go somewhere with less creative control, who takes your place?
Who takes my place? I don't know if you can take my place.
Can't take your place. The whole structure topples.
I think so.
I understand.
I would like that if I left and the whole place fell apart. I think that would be good
nice.
for my ego.
Right. It'd be horrible for me because I have nowhere left to go. I have heard that before a big match,
Yes.
you will sometimes throw up.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the courtesy to find a garbage can down in the hall, or you just do it middle of the locker room in front of the boys?
No, not the locker room, but at a certain point, it's just like whatever's there is there.
Right.
If you get a problem with it, I guess you got to look away. A bunch of these guys are kind of big pusses. They're like, oh, dude, don't be throwing up.
Yeah.
We're grown men, dude. We throw up.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
what
something you
happens.
take seriously,
Yeah.
and it's something you care about.
Yeah, sometimes.
Did you throw up before you came here?
No, I was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay. Well, there's I got one more thing I want you to do for me back here.
You want me to throw up in there?
Huh? You want some coffee? Huh? You gonna be sick? Huh?
I
You
mean,
gonna
I'll
get a
do
little
it.
sick?
I don't really care.
Huh?
This is a free show. I'm not doing that without pay.
He's gonna.
For $1,000, I'll throw up in that bucket.
He's gonna. We'll do a Kickstarter. He's gonna vomit. It's worth a shot. You know, a lot of people talk about you being a second
I thought
generation.
that was the end.
No. We got a big hot ending. Don't worry about it. No. Rev the engines back up. Sorry. This is big. We're going to go out stronger than that.
Okay.
A lot of people think you're a second generation.
Wait, you were gonna have me throw up in that and then not finish the thing? They're like, we were gonna keep going post-puke?
I thought it would be like an artistic message. Okay. Like that you've bared your soul here. You've given everything inside you. It's going to be artistic. No?
I think you got to take it home after that.
A lot of people say that you're a second generation show business baby, but they are wrong. You are a third generation because your maternal grandfather is Scottish novelist and screenwriter Alan Sharp.
What an obscure, meaningless fact, but yes.
I am the only person in this company who has seen all the movies.
Is that right?
Yes.
I haven't seen any of them. I didn't like him. Didn't know anything about it, but yes.
All right.
true.
Well,
He also, famously in my family, was a predominantly testicle man.
back to the balls.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you got it from.
I think so. That and the hair, I think.
Yeah.
He was a dirtbag, though. I don't know.
The hair and the balls and being a dirtbag. And you got 2 out of the 3.
That's right.
I understand.
That's right.
I'm gonna throw out some lines. You tell me if they were written by your grandfather, Alan Sharp, for one of his movies, or if they were something that was said by you.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
Great. If it gets, the way it can out there, you just turn around.
I'm going to say that was Alan. I think maybe I've said that to someone in a certain scenario.
Your first instinct was correct. Peter Fonda, 1971, The Hired Hand. Very good. Next one. Half of what they say is lies, the other half ain't true.
That's clever. That would be Alan.
Yeah, that's also Alan, Yolanda's Raid, said by Burt Lancaster, 1972. All right, you ready for this?
Were any of these like successful movies?
These are classic movies.
Did he win an Oscar or anything?
Maybe.
Okay. I'll say this. I've been in one film ever. My first film was a Tarantino,
Oh,
just for the record.
one of the foot fetish ones?
There were feet out in my scene, actually. But I feel like that's a pretty good little
Yeah.
thing for the resume.
Go out on top.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this one?
Sure.
Okay. You are the biggest pussy I have ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, that one, literally that line exposed all the pussies back here because I got in so much trouble
Yeah.
about that word.
Yeah.
They're emailing me, please don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
I made a shirt with it on it. Never wear this again or else we're gonna do this and this.
I wish I didn't care about being the most selfish, narcissistic piece of in this entire place.
Yeah, that was me.
It was you. Correct. You said that to MJF.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, the last one. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. Pay attention. You are still a scumbag piece of
I'm gonna guess, I don't remember saying that, but I guess that was me.
That was you. You said it to Sammy Guevara. Although I heard Gene Hackman said it offset during the filming of Night Moves. Well, this has been a swinging.
That was the end?
That was the end. It was no good.
That was a bigger closer than me throwing up in the
Alan,
thing?
the great Alan Sharp.
This is
the
bullshit.
balls, the history of your balls and the hair and everything happening. You want to give a quote? You want to give? I thought it was great. I'm sorry about the whole thing. My apologies to the great Alan Sharp and Harley Race's taint.